before we talk to her, okay, we don't care about her. She doesn't get us a package. And we didn't have anything to say to her either. Let's go talk to Bess and George. Maybe that'll help us figure out what will trigger it, because we jumped to the end, so they're going to help us do stuff in order.
Did we snoop Brady yet at this point?
Yeah. Maybe not.
Do we have her journal?
No. You're right. Let's go back to Brady's room first and...
Let's talk to Falcon over here.
Yeah.
Did you call? What's the story?
Sure
yeah.
did.
Okay.
Go on, spill it.
She didn't know much, but she gave me the number of this
So we need
guy
to
at
do
the
this, I think, to
Library of
trigger getting the
Congress who has
package.
access to the archives of Houdini's letters.
And what did they say?
We're expecting a package. Cross your fingers it gets here in time.
Way to go, Nancy. You're on fire.
Catch you later.
On the flip side.
Okay, so... going back to Brady's dressing room, and then we'll talk to Bess and George and Ned and people. Yeah, so we just don't make the key, because the key is the end point. Why? I'm so confused on why what's-his-face, Joseph, would give us the ability to make that key. Also, it's, yeah, he... Oh, okay. It's not here.
Hey, you.
Whoo!
The jig is up,
How do we
Brady.
miss this whole
Start
conversation?
I don't
talking.
know.
Huh? I'm afraid you've lost me.
Oh, yeah, we can confront him.
First one.
Yeah.
You've been lying to me, playing Mr. Helpful and Concerned all this time. I found her notebook in your bag.
I haven't done anything wrong.
I wonder if the police will agree with that.
Okay, Nancy, here's the deal. My real name is Brady Thompson. Simone pushed for Armstrong, more wholesomely
Thompson.
smoldering, she said.
Yeah, so?
I'm Wave of the Future, Inc., the owner of this theater, great nephew of JJ himself.
So why don't you stop the demolition?
The place is shabby. It needs major repairs. It's a money pit and a has-been. Not the image I want to project.
Okay, so this question is yes.
You can't be serious.
Never underestimate the power of image, Nancy. You are what you project.
And what is it that you wish to project?
And what is it that you wish to project?
When people think of Brady Armstrong, they think sparkling white teeth and healthy glow. Success glows. It doesn't crumble and sag. The hero never rides a has-been horse.
But what are you going to do with the site?
When I saw these ritzy theme restaurants popping up all over the country, it hit me like pow. My first original idea. Brady Armstrong's Planet Tinseltown.
entire-
Can't you see
Yeah.
it on the marquee? Grand opening. The lights will say it all.
Keep going. You've got a lot more explaining to do.
I've sworn to be the captain of my own destiny. Maya was going to expose me, muck up my name in this controversy. It would have been a dark cloud over the launch of Tinseltown.
And for that, she deserves to be kidnapped?
I didn't kidnap her. I found her notepad in the basement with the press pass. I just thought I'd hang on to it for a few days until the dust settles.
I mean, like, I feel like I would pick number one, but,
Yeah, no, I think
How could you
number
withhold
one.
anything that might help me find her? How could you?
Sorry, Nancy. Look, you're not thinking clearly.
What?
It's obvious she's not in the building. We've searched everywhere.
She's in
She
the building.
has to be in the building. I know she's here.
You're the only one who thinks she's here. There's no evidence.
There was evidence. I found a pizza box and one of her shoes.
Evidence that no one was able to verify. Who's to say you didn't imagine that stuff?
why does everyone think she's crazy? Why is everyone gaslighting her?
Right?
Why is
Joseph
awful.
believes me.
He's a confused old codger.
Nicholas thinks she's in the building.
He's an outlaw, and he's using you.
For
Now,
what, saving my
if you'll
friend?
excuse me, I've got to rally a wrecking crew.
Brady, no!
Okay, so he's a piece of,
And And maybe now that we know that he's Thompson, we should go talk to Falcon.
Yes, now that we know he's Thompson. Now a package should be here, because that's probably...
It's so trigger dependent. Like,
Yeah, and it didn't let us get all the triggers. Before it let us make the key.
Nancy, we could be golden.
There you go.
A package just came from that museum.
Okay.
We may have the goods to stop this demolition dead in its tracks. Check the ticket booth.
Because I was like, It's weird that it let us skip to the end without doing all the stuff we worked really hard to figure out.
Rapid Rhino.
Yep, couldn't find anything written to Mr. Houdini's hand, but I did find this letter addressed to Mr. Houdini from a close colleague and friend. Seems to hint at the information you require. I hope this package has arrived in time to be useful to you. Thank you, Sherman Trout. Now we will go to the projection room without
do
a
it
key.
without the key,
Yeah.
and see if the fuse won't be blown because we didn't make the key.
Yeah, no, we can't. I think the fuse is only blown if we have the key.
Because that's not the trick.
Yes, it is. Always.
Oh, there goes the fuse.
Then we can't look at it till we trigger the endgame.
I should switch the power off.
Well, if all we
It's
want to do
locked.
is look at the slide, then the end game doesn't matter. We could trigger the end game and then just not finish it.
Yeah,
We're doing
okay.
this for our benefit.
Yeah, we are doing this for our benefit. Okay.
And then we can go back and actually go through the end game, read the
And
thing
read
and the
all the
ticket
things.
Because who
Yeah.
cares?
Because we did it already. You're right. Okay. So let's go make a key. We already have it written down, so we don't need to rewrite it down.
Sivo.
Oh yeah, I forgot that it, because we haven't put the quarter in. Yeah.
Ching.
Ching ching.
Did you get to keep the key? Can we give it to Ned?
We can try.
I don't want to give
So
it to
it's
Ned.
S.
Sivo, yeah.
I-
S-I-V-O. Yep. Right below it.
I know I'm working like super slow. It's just a lot of letters and shapes. So grab the stuff, hide in the closet, wait for the cop to leave, and then we just read everything and chill. Yeah, I mentioned we could find the secret passageway without looking at that second thing.
We might still have to look.
Okay, officers, this is our final sweep. In a
Wonder if
matter
we
of
didn't
minutes,
grab
this
that,
building will be nothing
we
but a
wouldn't have
pile of
triggered.
rubble.
Oh,
Put back up. 'Cause
do
now
you
it's too
actually
late.
want to second chance it?
Sure.
Well, if it isn't the SLPD's favorite nosy
I want to see
detective.
what happens.
Right this way, Miss
If we
Drew.
don't
You
grab
can
that.
still get a front row seat for the demolition.
Okay, officers, this is
Oh,
our final
okay.
sweep. In a
Doesn't
matter of
matter.
minutes, this building will be nothing but a pile of rubble.
I want to go back.
See anything, Dino? All clear in here, Sarge.
Okay. And actually, the countdown hasn't started yet.
That won't start until after we talk to Joseph.
Oh, yeah, okay. So we want to look at this one. Back up. Focus knob.
Oh, it'll let us focus if we're not looking at the hidden thing.
Yeah. Is that correct? Yes.
Dear Harry, how's tricks? Not that I need to ask. I've seen the papers and I know you're dazzling the crowds wherever you go. I received your letter and I must say I'm very intrigued by your plans. This Thompson character sounds slippery indeed. If you want to disentangle yourself from him and have the opportunity to do a good deed at the same time, I say bravo. What a windfall for a struggling young artist to inherit 50% ownership of a thriving theater like the Royal Palladium. But who is this mysterious beneficiary of yours? A magician, I assume? But where in the world did you come across a woman magician? I've never even heard of one. Is she talented? Once again, your generosity is unsurpassed. I commend your noble heart. I look forward to seeing you at the Princess in Montreal. It'll be an auspicious reunion with all your best friend and colleague, Dizzy Nasham.
So is a woman. is
I
really
should
big.
switch the power off.
Oh, Nancy. Alright, let's put the other thing in so we can trigger it.
Hold on. I wonder if we can go talk to people. Oh no, they're gonna be gone. And I can't do that yet.
Yeah. Okay, we're not going to be able to do it until we look at the other thing. 'cause then
And we can
can
actually read all
find
the
out
other
that
stuff.
it was Joseph covering his tracks when he did the 1, 2, 3 testing.
Okay, back up. Refocus, I'm assuming.
Power.
Oh, power. Then go get this dumb knob under there. I just want the knob. Go
I think
back.
you have to. Oh, no. Interesting. Fascinating that you don't actually have to listen to that.
Okay, so now
Another secret
I
passageway.
figured it out.
I should switch the power off.
Nancy!
Jeez Louise.
Hey, Nancy, I've been looking for you.
Let's do different ones now.
Yeah.
Joseph, I thought you left the theater.
Oh, what for?
Oh, what for?
I've decided I need to get organized, Nancy. Tomorrow I'm really gonna straighten up in here.
First one?
Yeah, because we had the second one the first time.
But Joseph, there isn't going to be any tomorrow. Not for this theater, anyway.
I think a fresh coat of paint would really cheer things up, don't you?
I guess the first one or the third.
Yep, first one.
I know it's you, Joseph. But why? Were you trying to buy some time so the Historical Society could declare the theater a landmark or something?
Do you think the premiere will sell out?
That's the first one.
Yeah.
Snap out of it. Just tell me where Maya is.
Don't tell him she's here, Nancy. I'll take her away and knock down the theater.
Second one.
If you cooperate, it'll look better for you in court. Maybe the jury will understand that you just got carried away.
Don't tell him, Nancy.
Oof. You rude, dude. Oh. Wonder if it's the purple key again. Actually, I don't care. I
It's
just want to
not.
read all the things. See, now we have tons of time.
That is terrible.
Okay. Hiram Shattendale, Hiram Brewer Union Attorney at Law. Dear Hiram, the Festival of Illusions begins next week and every show is sold out. If the public finds out that Houdini has ditched the theater and that I'm now in business with some anonymous woman artist, I'm liable to have a public mutiny on my hands. More importantly, I stand to lose. Oh, a lot. A lot of money. I have no idea how Houdini ever heard the name Louisa Falcone in the first place, but I'd like to wring the neck of the fellow who mentioned her. I've got Houdini's paperwork here, and I plan to sit on it until the festival is over. Houdini's on the road anyway. By the time he gets back, it'll all be settled. Thanks for your cooperation. Sincerely,
So
JJ.
Thompson's family was sneaky.
Yeah.
And bad. And we know that Thompson is Brady, so now we know it's Brady and Falcone.
Yeah. Whereas J.J. Thompson, owner of the Palladium Theater and resident of St. Louis, Missouri, had signed over one-half the ownership in said property to Harry Houdini as reward for Mr. Houdini's successful escape from the watery grave. And whereas Mr. Houdini has made the acquaintance of Louisa Falcone of St. Louis, Missouri, the artist responsible for all of the ornamental plasterwork inside the theater, and whereas Mr. Thompson never delivered payment to Madame Falcone for her services rendered, and whereas the actions of Mr. Thompson in failing to deliver payment or credit Madame Falcone in any way for her work constitute fraudulent and immoral actions. And whereas Mr. Houdini is of the utmost and honest character, therefore, be it resolved by 3 parties whose signatures appear below, that any property rights, inclusive and appropriate, of the Palladium Theater vested in Mr. Houdini's interest be transferred to Madame Louisa Falcone in recognition for her unpaid services to Mr. J.J. Thompson.
And then he kept that so she couldn't sign it.
Yeah.
Because J.J. Thompson's a baddie. And we have that now.
Yeah, okay. So that is important. So I guess now that ending can be happy because we have the paperwork.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah, before I was like, wait, what?
Let's just do it. Purple?
I thought it was purple last time, but
This one's useless.
thanks, Nancy. Third. Could be random, that's why they give you so many keys. Silver.
Oh boy.
Oh, no, that's wrong.
I hate this.
Come on, come on!
Right? Okay, let's do the last one because I haven't done that one.
I should always do the last one. It'll just keep pushing.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so it's a purplish
3
one.
minutes till demolition.
Yeah, we do. We're halfway done. We gave us 6 minutes. Let's acknowledge that she's here
Pick that up.
for no reason.
Hola, Maya.
Maybe we have to try to break her out with that. I don't know.
Hang on, Maya. I'll get you out of there.
Nah, this Nancy realizes that it's just useless and wants to explore the rest of the room for interesting, cool stuff. Oh. Oh, I have a saw now as well. Oh, they give me lots of cool things to do in here. Now that I have the time.
They're all probably dead ends. Just to get used.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
so fast, Detective.
Just use the
Joseph,
flashlight.
please let me past.
I can't let you do this, Nancy.
I'm trying. It's like freezing really bad.
I'm warning you. I still got a trick or two up my sleeve.
We're going down
the
in a
trick,
blaze
Nancy?
of glory.
Oh, well, that means.
It's in your hand.
Joseph, you can go down in a blaze of glory if you want, but Maya and I are not coming with you.
You've cracked your last case. Ah! That light!
Flippy floppy. Now the ending makes sense.
Dear Bess, I
We did
still
it.
can
We made
hardly
the ending
believe
make
that
sense.
Joseph, sweet old Joseph, was
doesn't-
Maya's kidnapper.
Googling
He says
it
he
doesn't
planned to
count
kidnap
because we
Brady
already
with the
did
idea
it.
that Simone could use her Hollywood connections to save the theater. But when Maya entered the dressing room, he panicked and grabbed her instead. Plan B was to stall the demolition long enough for the Historical Society to declare the building an official landmark. I guess he's been at the Royal Palladium for so long, he just couldn't imagine his life without it. But desperation aside, poor Joseph wasn't cut out
do
for
we
a
still
life
like
of
him or
crime,
what?
and pretty soon things were spinning out of his control. Simone's publicity stunts didn't help. At least he was courteous and kind to Maya through the whole thing. Her testimony should help him in court. The good news is that the Royal Palladium is still standing. Once he heard that Nicholas would inherit his grandmother Louisa's 50% of the
Ooh, the
theater,
Scarlet
That's the
Brady
next
decided
one.
he'd better find another site for Planet Tinseltown. In order to make amends for things, and because he needed some good publicity, Brady donated his half of the theater to the St. Louis Historical Society. Together with Haddett,
This
they
makes
should
more
have this
sense.
place restored to its original glory in no time.
Falcone's just
Not
like, what
such
are
a
you
happy
doing?
ending for Simone, I'm afraid. She received an official reprimand from the National Press Corps for her
She's
stunt with
fine.
the wreath. Still, knowing Simone, she'll be back at the top of her game in no time. So, here ends the longest 3 days of my life. The premiere of Vanishing
So
Destiny is
far.
back on. But I think this detective is going to wait for it to come out on videotape. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, tapes
Love,
are a
Nancy.
thing. VCRs and
Yeah,
whatnot.
VCRs.
We did it. Oh, there's the credits.
And now we got actual credits.
Because we actually solved the case.
I don't know.
It was an
Okay.
error that we skipped to the end.
So the biggest
Weird.
problem with this game is that it was very trigger happy.
Yeah, if you didn't trigger things, there was nothing you could do.
And the first day was so much longer because we had to explore everything the first day, and then stuff didn't really change throughout the rest of the days. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like that this game was different, and there are good things and bad things about it.
Yeah, it seemed repetitive. I didn't really like having to go back and forth just between two different people, and that was it. It was just talking and phone calls the whole time for most
Which,
of it.
to be fair, is slightly more realistic for detective work.
Yeah,
But yeah, it wasn't
but
as
it's less
fun.
fun for a Nancy Drew game.
Yes, Nancy Drew games should be more puzzles.
Which I'm pretty sure...
Less timing. I
They
get stressed
fix.
out when things are timed.
Well, they don't fix that because they like that.
Well, but that's usually only for the end. This had like a bunch of, I don't know, just everything felt timed to me.
The music was definitely heavy, but... Yeah. I liked it.
Okay. We good?
Testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm
Nice.
sorry.
Okay, thank you everyone for
Then
watching.
who's the amazing Monty, and why is he the same person as Brady Armstrong? Oh, Sergeant and Joseph are the same.
Nicholas Falcone and a random construction worker.
Of course.
Where's Maya? Because we did hear her voice in the
Sherman
crowd.
and Ned are the same.
Bess, Marvin, and George are their own people. Simon and Schuster.
Oh, really? Interesting. The Neptune Theater. I wonder if they used, like, the Neptune Theater as an example for the
Oh.
theater.
Wait,
Oh, they are
Nancy Drew
registered-
Treasure in a Royal Tower was developed using This is the wrong game,
you copy
guys.
pasted her.
You copy
her.
pasted.
Also, I didn't know that Nancy Drew. Oh, because they were published by the books first. Simon & Schuster owns Nancy Drew. I didn't know that.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
For girls who aren't afraid of a mouse.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We had a lot of fun playing this, and hopefully you enjoyed watching it.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.